I welcome to the stage Miss Ruthie Henshall.
Loving you is not a choice. It's who I am. Loving you is not a choice, and not much reason to rejoice. But it gives me purpose, it gives me voice to say to the world, this is why I live. You are why I live.
Hi, I'm Ruthie Henshall and I'm playing Fosca in Passion. To me, he's been after this to get the rights for Passion for years. And when he got the rights, he called me and said, I've got the rights, would you consider doing Fosca? And we then chatted about it, because I immediately said, well, isn't she supposed to be 20? Isn't she supposed to be, you know, that if you read her description in a book, it's not really me. But I think it's been so literal for so long, and this isn't going to be literal. There's nothing he doesn't know about this story. He's read every book. He said, you know, there are times I said to him the other day, I said, the audience won't have read the book, remember, because he's just got all of this going on in his head. But he's brilliant. He's done some phenomenal work. And what he's brilliant at is reinventing. You know, how you've seen something before, it won't be... You'll have never seen this version of Passion before. You've got the gorgeous mistress, and you've got the, you know, the really annoying and obsessional, you know, Fosca. And how do you ever convince anybody that they're going to turn their attention to the obsessive, you know, unattractive woman? And that's why Sondheim's such a genius, because by the end of the piece, that's what you want. Well, I think we have to get down to brass tacks, which is ugliness is not just about on the outside. Ugliness is inside, and she's sickly. Not necessarily, you know, she doesn't have to be, you know, things stuck on and walking with limps and things like that. I think that's outdated, and I think that's such a comment on ugliness as well, and that's not what it's about. And you can watch somebody who you think is ugly and they become beautiful by the end, you know, when you finally know who they are, or watch them blossom. So I'd like to bring this to today, because I think I personally haven't seen a version that I connected with, which is why we're going to go to Hope Mill and try and reinvent it, really, to make also Sondheim more, what's the word I'm looking for? More accessible. Because it's an opera, in a way. It's a musical theatre opera. I don't think it's a musical, because it's in the sense that it's not scene, song, scene, song, scene, song, because Sondheim never is. You know, the songs come out of the dialogue, and the dialogue comes out of the songs, and it's... I find that there will never be another Sondheim. What I have done is I've done Putting It Together on Broadway, which was, of course, a review of Sondheim, sort of put together with a loose story. And it was such an honour, because I got to work with Sondheim, which was, you know, just... It's something every musical theatre actor wants, is to meet your heroes and to get to work with him. And he was so generous and kind and good. And I think with Passion, this man, he's such a master of the human condition, and this is a man who knows how to describe love. I find it extraordinary that he picked this story to tell, the story of love and how, all his stories have got love in them, but it's just a stunning piece of observation of what it really is all about. Well, Sondheim writes brilliantly for women, and he writes brilliantly for older women, which is, quite rare, because as a woman getting older in theatre, the roles definitely do start dropping away, because there's just not as many Sunset Boulevards and all of those that for a leading older woman. Sondheim he's got this pathway for a woman in musical theatre that you just go from part to part to part, and you've got your Sweeney Todds, Mrs. Lovetts, you've got the Foscas, you've got Gypsies, there's so many incredible roles that he has written for women that we are so grateful, and I just wish there is so much that older women can give. Everyone either wants to play Gypsy, Mama Rose, or the witch in Into the Woods. I think any musical theatre actress who gets to play Mama Rose can die happy. You should come and see Passion, because it will be a reimagining of a brilliant piece anyway, but the cast are stunning. We've got Kelly Price, who makes Sondheim sound easy, and it isn't. It isn't easy to learn or sing. And Dean John Wilson, who, I think I'll be perfectly fine trying to fall in love with that one every night. He's just wonderful. He knocked me out in auditions because he's just so still and so honest and raw, and there's nothing. He's not doing schmacting. He's just being, and I was really taken by him in the auditions. And we've got Ray Shell, of course, who is a complete legend. Do you know what? We've really taken our time over the casting. It wasn't we didn't really know until we saw him. Sometimes you're thinking to yourself, I know exactly what we want, and I know exactly what we want for the mistress, but we really didn't, because we are going to be doing such a new version of it. So this is very, very exciting, and I'm really, I'm thrilled and honoured to be working with this lot. You should. I'm sure you've seen their CVs. It's like.
Loving you is why I do the things I do. Loving you is not in my control.